Everything comes with a price. When we want to do something new, we have to let go of something else. But the question is, what do you want? And whatever that is, you can do. It all comes down to how good we become at telling ourselves, oh, wait, that was an excuse. Pernilla, you know better than that. You know that was an excuse. Let's look at this issue, this challenge, this thing differently so that we change the I can't to I can.
Hi, my name is Pernilla, and this is my Challenge Your Norm podcast. I'm absolutely obsessed with anything related to personal development. And well, to grow, we gotta challenge our norm. And so on this podcast, we chat about life and how we can challenge our normal way of living it to make it greater than we could have ever imagined. Just one little belief, habit, bold move, and challenge at a time.
Hello, my beautiful friend, and welcome back to another episode here on my Challenge Your Norm podcast, where today I want to shift your I can't to I freaking can. It does not matter what comes behind the I can't sentence that you've been telling yourself, but today we are turning that around. Whether it comes to your eating, it comes to creating new like-minded friendships, it comes to being able to afford the things that you deep down want, or make any dream come true that you see someone else having, doing, and you think to yourself, I can't do that because this and that. Or it's simply just being, I don't have time to work out. It literally does not fit into my schedule. We're going to go over 5 different I can't that I've been telling myself, that I have made it a habit to turn around when I catch myself saying these things to myself, because I don't think we're ever going to get rid of our lazy brain, of our excuses. I don't think we're ever not going to have any more of that. I think it all comes down to how good we are, how good we become at telling ourselves, oh, wait, that was an excuse. Pernilla, you know better than that. You know that was an excuse. Let's look at this issue, this challenge, this thing differently so that we change the I can't to I can. And the first thing that I want to share with you has to do with money. I don't talk a lot about money on this podcast, also because I am not a money expert. Money has never been something that has driven me. I've always chosen like my passion path over anything that would bring me financial freedom, let's say. However, this year, getting on top of my finances has been a massive goal of mine, and I've made a lot of progress within that. And I have been able to see how it's impacted me in many different areas of my life, because if we're not on top of our finances, it can potentially add a level of stressors or a level of pressure onto our life, because, you know, we want to be able to live the way that we want to live. And sometimes things cost money. So it's been a goal of mine this year, and I'm very proud of myself for the progress I've made in just getting on top of my finances. But I think it's about 3 weeks ago now, I got this urge to join a YouTube course, a very specific YouTube course, because as I've mentioned on this podcast previously, I have been running my YouTube channel now for 5 years, and I've been doing it from having learned literally everything from YouTube, every editing, everything, storytelling, all of it. I've just learned from everything I've been able to find free online. I have been taking some YouTube courses. So I've learned through courses, but I've never been in like a mentorship program. So I've been able to speak with someone one-on-one. And I found this YouTube course and I was like, I'm going to do this. I jump on the sales call. As we know, if we jump on a sales call with someone, it's typically because it's a high budget, high price point thing. But I had in my mind what it was going to cost, and I was like, I'm going to be able to do that. I will pay for that. I jump I'm on this call with this person, and I'm like, okay, I really want to do this. In my mind, I am. And I know that, you know, salespeople are salespeople. They say the things they need to say to sell. But I was just like, in my mind, I was like, you know what? I actually really want to do this. This is what I need to learn. All the things that I would have learned if I'd gone to film school, for example. And also they were very much about like setting up a system for my business as well, which I also have learned everything from, you know, on my own. So I thought to myself, I'm going to do this. I then ask, what is the price? And they say that it's 3 times the price that I originally had thought. And that in a few days or something, which it could have been a sales trick, but like it will jump up to being 4 times the price I originally thought. And when he said that, I was like, I am not doing this, because my thought pattern when it comes to anything financial is always like, I don't want to pay for anything expensive. I will save. The only thing I'm very good at spending on is my education, is like anything growth or freedom based. Other than that, I'm very good at saving. I like to save, and I don't love spending money on anything that doesn't have to do with my evolution as a human. But he set that price, and in my head, I was like, no, I shouldn't do that. I hang up, and I was kind of bummed out, because I was like, I really wanted to do this. And then I speak with a few people in my environment, and they were like, but could you do it? What if you were to tell yourself that then you would just have to do this, and this to make back that money? Like, in what world would this be possible for you? And that got me thinking. And the next morning, I journaled on it, and I found a way to make it work, to be able to put down that payment. And they made a thing for me, so I would pay 3 times instead of everything at once. And I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm going to make it worth it, every single penny. And what I'm going to gain from this YouTube course is going to come back to me in some way. I can do this if I choose to see it as something I can do. I signed up that morning. I was like, for me, some people, they spend so much money that they need to learn to not spend much money. For me, it's the opposite. I am very bad at spending money, especially when something costs a lot of money. So for me, the challenge is to actually invest in myself in this way. So I invested in it. After just like one day, I was like, wow, there was a reason I had the urge to do this. There's a reason I'm doing this. And I can just say that it's going to tenfold, like everything I'm gaining from this, which I'm applying. Obviously, when we sign up for something like this, we have to also apply it for it to actually add value to everything that we've got going on. But I did it, and I could already tell, wow, it's just going to be so worth it. And so just like I share with when it comes to workouts, nutrition, everything that I'm about to speak about in a little bit, how like I can't work out today because I don't have time. It's the same with any area of our life. And I'm not saying you should go out and spend a ton of money on something that you can't afford. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there's always a way if we are willing to look at solutions and put in the work that it will take, or the extra effort that it will take for us to earn that back. Let's say if there's something that we really want and we know that long term, I'm very much always asking my future self, will this long term be a good decision? And if it is, then by us not making the thing happen is more taking away from us than adding to our life. So I did that from having said I can't to I can. And this was just a financial investment. But let's move on to another topic, which comes to eating. We just got off a challenger call, which if you're not a part of my challenges, I highly recommend you join the October challenge. You can also still join the September challenge. We're setting up memberships right now. So if you join the September challenge, then you can just add a membership and then join for the October challenge and November challenge and December challenge and continue going. But we have calls often, and one of the topics today was something that I might actually even share on this podcast. But first, I want to reach out to the individuals who shared so much incredible wisdom and knowledge in this group call, because, oh my gosh, the people who join these challenges, I am just so blessed and grateful for the souls, beautiful, beautiful souls and wisdom that they have, value they have to offer all of us. But one individual was sharing how he really wants to get in shape and make good eating choices. Like, he can stay consistent with a workout program, but his challenge is, when eating out with friends or being at events and just making the good choices, because then there's appetizers and there's every one of his friends is having pizzas or whatever they're having, and then he's like, but I kind of want a chicken salad. And what I was speaking to him about is that really what it comes down to is that we get super clear on what it is that we want. And sometimes maybe we're in a season where I just want to let go. I want to have fun. I want to eat whatever I want. Other times we may be in a season where it's 50-50. In the weekdays, I eat healthy, and on the weekends, I ball out. I have fun. I drink alcohol. I eat chips, whatever. And then there may be other seasons where we're like, I want to get in the best shape of my life, and I am not going to let anything hold me back. And when I have been in those seasons, regardless of traveling, eating out, being at family gatherings, I make it happen. If I'm eating out, I will, order the chicken salad, maybe have the dressing or whatever on the side that isn't something I want to fully eat a ton of, or so that I can kind of keep track that I'm eating what is in alignment with what I want, the goals that I've set myself. Or if I'm at family gatherings, I'll be like, hey, I'll bring the salad. So I make sure that there's something there that I know I can just have as much of as I want because I've brought the salad. And if I'm traveling, I'm bringing the snacks that I know that are aligned with what I deep down want. And so it's the same thing of like us saying, I can't because I have all these events I'm attending to. Maybe you're attending weddings or, whatever it is that you're attending to, I can make this happen. It's all about just preparing myself and setting myself up for success. So if you've been telling yourself, I don't have time to cook, let's say, okay, how can we look at finding a meal prep company or, different ways to get your groceries sent to your door so that it becomes more easy and then you eat more whole foods that way? Or like, how can we go from I can't eat healthy to I can? And oftentimes when it's in our minds, it all feels very overwhelming. But when we put it down on paper, like, okay, what would this actually require of me? The answer can take 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds to come up with. The whole I can't to I can take 30 seconds if we just sit with ourselves and ask ourselves, how can I make this work? And same goes with working out. I was at Vid Summit, which is a YouTube event. I just came back a few days ago and it was in Dallas. And I was like, oh my gosh. So the day is from 8 a.m., which LA time would be 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then there's typically like events afterwards, after 6 p.m. And I was like, I've just committed to this like challenge that I'm doing, workout challenge. I'm doing the September challenge with the September challengers. And I'm going through a new experiment with my YouTube channel, doing scans and taking you guys with me in a video that will come out soon. So I was like, how am I going to do that? And, my typical lazy brain, oh, but then I can't work out. And then very quickly, just because I've been doing this for years and like I always make time for my workout. There is no skipping it if I want to make it happen. And so even though I had to be at the location at 8 a.m., 5 a.m. LA time, which is the time zone I was adjusted to, I decided I'm going to still get up at my 4 a.m. morning, which is 1 a.m. LA time, so that I could walk to the gym because I walk everywhere on steps. On my feet. I don't take Ubers when I'm traveling. I have been walking 15,000 steps every day for like 5 months or so now, and it's amazing. I walk everywhere. So I walked to the gym, and I'd also made sure that the location I'd booked to live in Dallas was halfway through the gym and halfway to the convention center that we had our talks in. So I walked to the gym after having completed my morning routine in the morning. Morning routine, 4 to 5. And then get ready, go to the gym, get my 1 hour workout in, and then go home, shower, walk to the convention center, being there at 8 a.m. And I'm glad I went to do it in the morning because, as we all know, when it turns nighttime and we've been out all day, especially for an introvert like I am, it can get exhausting. And when we're done with that day, we just want to go home and chillax, which actually on the second day, I needed to move my body. I felt like I'd been talking and been so, extroverted all day that I wanted to like go move. So I went to actually do a little bit of cardio, just both to get the walk and also just like move my body, get it out of me. I find myself again after a long day like that. So it's always possible. And both with workouts, but also if you've set yourself a certain step goal and then you suddenly are like, oh, I have to drive all day to some place. Let's say it's like a 10-hour drive. Okay, if that was me, just because I'm so used to getting my exercise in, it's just become a habit for me to always make that possible. I would be like, okay, I'm going to get up early and I'm going to go on a long run. When I go on a long run, then I'll get in my steps and I'll be ready to sit in the car all day. Like shifting that mindset from I can't to I can. And oftentimes I feel like it's like what I've been used to is what I'm starting to tell myself that either I can or I can't do. It's like what is my norm is what I feel like I can or cannot do. If we want to get in better shape than ever, we think that our workouts, what we're doing right now, is like all we can do. But if we want to get to that next level, we have to level up, right? Like we have to push ourselves further than we've been used to. Same goes with work. Like if you want to really make massive progress within certain projects, as we all know, it's like when we have a deadline, we're able to meet the deadline. But if we've been used to having, let's say, a full week to finish a whole project, we will spend the whole week finishing that project. And so if suddenly someone is like, you have to finish that project that you used to spend a whole week doing, you have to finish it in one day. Our normal brain would think like, I can't do that. I'm used to having a week, but we can. However, there may just need to be a different approach. We may just need to look at the project from a different perspective, have a different approach, take different action than what we're used to. And I'm just hoping that this episode today reminded you of wherever in your life you've been telling yourself, I can't, whether it be being like myself, having told myself I'm messy, I can't keep my room clean, to I can, it's just a choice I have to make every single day, whether or not I want it. And often when we want to do something new, or always when we want to do something new, we have to let go of something else. If we want to go to bed earlier, we have to let go of our late night Netflix watching. If we want to become more clean and not as messy, we have to let go of our lazy ass that wants to throw our clothes on the floor every night. I'm definitely talking to myself here. If we want to get up early for our workouts, we have to also maybe let go of whatever late night thing we've been used to doing. If we want to eat healthy, we have to let go of our unhealthy habits. Everything comes with a price. But the question is, what do you want? And whatever that is, you can do. You can. You just maybe have to shift your I can't to I can. And I want to ask you, I want to challenge your norm right now and ask you, what is the thing that you've been telling yourself that you can't? And hopefully today you will reflect on that so that you can shift it to I can, because you can. I'm sending you so much love. And I'm so grateful that you listened to this podcast episode. And as always, remember that in order for you to grow, you have to challenge your norm. Bye.
Okay, so if you're watching this podcast, you will notice that I am out of breath and the sound is suddenly very terrible. But I have just been standing, if you're looking at this on YouTube, for almost 7 minutes on the stairs working. I had such a long to-do list today, and I was telling myself that maybe I wouldn't have time to work out. But then, because I've made it a habit to snap myself out of that excuse, I said, I'm gonna write a to-do list of everything I am able to do on the stairs, which is including answering clients. I was on a quick phone call, doing some back and forth with the YouTube course that I just got on, and planning out some things for tomorrow. I could do all of that on the stairs. So just another reminder that whatever we tell ourselves we can't, if we are willing to look for it, we can, even if that means doing cardio and getting our work done at the same time, so that we also have some time tonight to rest and do the things that also bring us joy in this life. Okay, I'm almost done. Wow, heart rate is now at very high, but I think that's because I'm talking. It definitely has not been that high. It's been way much up the rest. Ooh, I'll lose that. Okay, bye.